Hey, it's Cris Chico. I'm here in my home office. I want to share with you the secret to making money in real estate. And the fact is that there are no secrets. There is a foundation that needs to be established. There is a framework that is going to be the key component to your success. And it's not cookie cutter. This is not a paint by the numbers. This is not a, hey, follow step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and automatically you're going to be successful. It doesn't quite work that way. And if you're looking for step by step, if you're looking for a framework that you could just follow and this is going to work regardless of what my market is, regardless of my capabilities, regardless of anything that's going on. I know that if I follow this system, it's going to work. That doesn't exist. And I'm going to show you why that's the case. So here we go. Now this here video is great for you if you're starting out brand new in the business and looking to get started trying to do your first couple deals. This video is going to be great if you already done a couple deals, but you just can't seem to figure out why is it that you can't do more than that. Now, if you are experienced, then some of the things I'm going to cover here in this video you're going to know already, or there might be some things that you may not have thought about in the way that I'm going to be presenting them here. So I'm going to get started by drawing a little diagram here. Now, what do these circles represent? They represent 3 different parts of your real estate business. Now, the first part of your real estate business I'm going to call here marketing. The second part of your real estate business is we're going to call skills. And the last part here that we're going to discuss in your real estate business, systems. And we're going to be covering each of those individually. Now, there's a couple things here that I want you to keep in mind. I'm going to go ahead and draw right here with all these intersect is going to be the green, which is what we want to go to. This is where we want to end up at. So I'm going to go ahead and specify here these areas that they overlap only on these 2 here. These are called the red zones. These are the zones that we don't want to be in. This is a red zone here, and this is a red zone here. And then we have here my blue zone, an area that sometimes we venture into, and it's okay, but we want to try to stay away from the red. Now, these are the 3 fundamental areas of your real estate business that have to work together for you to be able to have success in your business. So let's go ahead and flesh out what each of these contain. Inside of marketing, we have prospects, right? We have channels, and we have marketing. We'll call it marketing collateral. Now, inside of skills, what we have is we have a variety of different skills. We have what I call hard skills. We have soft skills, and we have mindset. Inside of systems, we have follow-up. We have, I'm going to call here CRM, websites, and then we have team. So those are the 3 components of each one of these circles. So let's cover each of these individually here. There's 3 components of marketing. There is what I call the prospects, or the homeowner avatar. What that is, identifying the prospects that are going to be the ideal prospects for us to target in our marketplace based on our capabilities and also based on our budget. Because what happens is that as we navigate through this whole thing, a lot of times we try and follow a particular recipe. If you want to be successful real estate investor, go after this list, this way, that way. The challenge is that everybody has different circumstances, different skill levels, different marketing budgets. And so what happens is that understanding this whole concept, you then now have to tailor this to your specific situation. That's where the magic happens, is that it has to be specific to you, to the goal at hand, which is to get to the green, which is what I'm going to share with you here at the very end. So let's talk about prospects. So the different areas of prospects are, sellers, absentee owners, owner occupied, absentee owners, say unknown equity, absentee owners, no sale date, tax delinquent properties, code violations, vacant properties, evictions, probate, public records, Craigslist, Facebook, etc. So those are all the different type of prospects that you can go after. And the challenge is many times is you try to go after all of them or you go after the wrong ones. And so that's what we want to be attentive to, is that in marketing you have the bucket of prospects. The second bucket that you have is the channels, and the channels, by channels I mean is the targeting. So in other words, the first part of the channel is, number 1 is making sure you have your geographic targeting set correctly, meaning you're targeting the right areas within your target market. And the channels are, you could do online lead generation through Facebook ads, through Google pay-per-click, through SEO. You also have direct mail. That's another channel. So in other words, you can combine the prospect with a channel. Now, sometimes those channels could overlap. So for example, you can get a prospect that is a tax delinquent list. You can send them a direct mail piece. That's one channel. But you can also take that list and upload it to Facebook and then show them ads through Facebook. So now you're taking that one lead and approaching it from two channels. Another channel is cold calling and or prospecting through the phone. So again, with the example of the tax delinquent list, you can take that tax delinquent list and you can actually hit it with 3 different channels. So that's how I want you to think of it. You have to think about the prospect first. And then you have to then figure out what are the channels you can go after. Because sometimes a prospect might then be a better source for you, because you can approach it from 2 or 3 different channels simultaneously to try to get that list of property owners to produce for you. Then we have, in addition to that, we have the marketing. Again, they overlap. We have the prospects, we have the channels, but now within that, now we have the marketing. And by marketing is that if you're targeting by direct mail, are you going to use postcards? Are you going to use letters? What type of postcards? What response mechanism? Are you going to have them go to a 24-hour recorded message? Are you going to have them go to an operator that answers the phone? Are you going to answer it? If you're going to go on Facebook, what type of ad? What type of call to action? And so then again, those are all the decision points that need to be made around the marketing. Now let's talk about skills. Skills are, they'll have hard skills and soft skills. By hard skills, I mean by the things that you need to know in this business to be operational. You need to be able to run comps. You need to be able to analyze properties. You need to be able to fill out a contract. You need to be able to fill out an assignment of contract. You need to be able to look at a closing statement. Those are hard skills. Soft skills are that you need to be able to be effective on the phone with a seller. You need to be able to learn how to handle objections, be able to learn to close, be able to get price reductions, be able to have negotiations with the buyers. So those are all things that are considered soft skills. And then we have the mindset, because I think that is also a critical thing, is that the mindset of how you approach this business, how you approach when things are not working out, when you're trying to make this business work. That's the other item that needs to be in here in terms of skills. Then we have systems, and systems is, we're talking about follow-up systems, the CRM websites, and this is more of a technology stack, and the team. So by follow-up, meaning that you got to be able to, all the leads that come in, a certain portion of those leads are going to be able to do business with you now, but a very big percentage of those you have to follow up with, you have to be on top of, you have to, continually, you have to build that relationship over time, over a period of a couple months, so that they can turn into deals. And so follow-up is a very important thing. The CRM and the websites and the technology, and making sure that you have the right technology in place for the right prospects and the channels and the marketing collateral. What do I mean by that? By that I mean that if you are just going to go ahead and start off with running Facebook ads, which generally speaking it's going to be a slower lead flow of 2 to 3 leads a day, then you don't need a complicated CRM or a phone system or a bunch of that stuff that might be required if you were going to do large-scale mailing campaigns, such as if you're going to be mailing 5,000 pieces, then at that point then you would have to implement the proper CRM, the proper phone system, the proper workflow. And so again, that just depends on you and your budget and your capabilities. If you are tech savvy, if you're not tech savvy, if you're struggling with getting these systems up and running, all that has to be looked at in combination with this in order to make the right decision in terms of what are your best options to get to the green, which I'll discuss in a second. So that's what, and then we talk about the CRM and the websites, we talk about the team. And the team I put here last because the team is the last thing. A lot of people always start with the team first, and that's always problematic, because if you're just looking for your first deal, first couple deals under your belt, then the team really isn't the issue. The issue is more of figuring out what is that right recipe that's going to help you with success in getting started as a real estate investor. So then now if you notice, these circles tend to overlap. You have the areas in the red here, and you have these areas in the red. Then where they all overlap together is the green. So let's talk about the red. With the red areas are areas where you are not going to be successful as a real estate investor. These 2 areas you want to avoid. And so what are those 2 areas? Well, if we look at the circle, we have skills here at the top, and we have follow-up and systems. So here it's red. If you're only overlapping on these 2, that means you're not going to do a deal. Why is that? Well, that means that you have the skills, meaning you know how to write up a contract, you know how to talk to sellers, and yeah, you have all this tech in place and you have all these things in place, but guess what? You got no marketing. So you got nobody to talk to. So you ain't gonna do any deals. That's why that's red. This other circle here, is the intersection between marketing and between follow-up and CRM systems. So what that means is you can go out and you can get my postcard, you can send out a bunch of mail, you have the right CRM in place, But guess what? You're not really great on the phone. You can't talk to sellers. You don't know how to fill out an agreement. Your mindset's all messed up. You don't, it's just, there's a big, a big mess up here. So guess what? You're not going to do any deals. You're not going to do any deals. Now, the blue is the intersection of these two, skills and marketing. And so it is very easy for you to do a deal if all you had in place was the marketing and you had the right skills. And you had no systems. You're completely unorganized. You can do deals. An example of this is driving for dollars. Let's say that you didn't have a lot of money for marketing, and so you drove around neighborhoods, and all you did was drive around neighborhoods. You got a list of 20 or 30 properties. You send those people a letter. All right, and then you go ahead, and when they call you, you talk to them over the phone, and you had a yellow notepad, and you just wrote stuff down as you talked to them, but you knew how to fill out the contract, you knew how to talk to them. Guess what? You can do a deal if you just had the marketing and the skills, even if you had no system at all, even if you had no follow-up, even if you didn't have a CRM, you could do a deal. But however, the magical intersection is the green. The green is when you have that right combination of the marketing and the skills and the systems all put together that will then create success. Now that green is different for everyone. And that's the thing that I find that really is an issue with most real estate investors. Everyone is different when it comes to getting started in this business. It's not cookie cutter because it depends on you, your capabilities, your market, and your history, your background. So if you're just starting out brand new and you are a real estate agent, you know how to talk to buyers and sellers, you've got a pretty hefty marketing budget, then my recipe for getting you green is different than somebody else starting out brand new that has no experience, very limited marketing budget, and it really would struggle with tech. So that person, their recipe would be different to get to green. And I look at green as a 90-day outcome. So in other words, if you're starting out brand new in the business, you've never done a deal before, green is how do you get your first 2 or 3 deals? If you've already done 2 or 3 deals, then your green could be, hey, how can I get this mix put together in a way that then now I can be consistently doing 2 or 3 deals a month? So everyone's green is different. But you want to stay away from the red. The red, I look at more of a seminar junkie. I can't think of a better word, but that is somebody who attends a lot of seminars and knows and understands everything, but they just can't seem to put it together. Typically, it falls inside of here. Because if you at least have the marketing in place, and if you at least have the skills and the mindset to be able to work this business, you're gonna do a deal. You're gonna just end up doing a deal. It might be a deal here or there, but you'll end up doing a deal. But then if we can only just get this in place so that they all come together, then at that point, then you're gonna have tremendous success. An example that I also think about is, let's say you came to me because you wanted to lose weight. So, for me, I would need to know, hey, how much weight you want to lose? What's your regimen right now? Do you exercise at all? When was the last time you exercised? And so I need to know all those things, so then that way I can put you on a path to success. And it's the same way here. So the advice I'm giving you is, look, there are a lot of things you have to get right, number one. And it's not so simple. There's a lot of complexity between these and how they interact with each other. My advice is that if you're looking for just, hey, step by step, I'm going to do X, Y, Z, and I'm just looking to follow that, and I'm expecting that to work, then you're in for a long road ahead. Because it's never that easy. If it was that easy, then everybody'd be making money in real estate. Everybody'd just be driving Bentleys and Rolls Royces. What you need to do is you need to come up with that particular recipe that works for you and your situation, that's going to get you the success that you want over the next 90 days based on your objective. Again, if you've never done a deal before, then the objective is get you your first 2 or 3 deals. If you have done deals, then it's about how do we get that consistency. So I hope you found that video helpful, insightful. What I'm trying to get across is the fact that there is nothing cookie cutter about this business. Yes, I can give you frameworks, I can give you tips, I can give you strategies, I can lay the road in front of you. However, many times there are little twists and turns and adjustments you need to make, and you have to also understand that it's never one thing. It's always a combination of things that make success. So if you like this video, wait a second, hold on. Maybe I could get some help on that. Wait. All right, Kelly. All right, what do you say to the good people at the end of every video? Come on, do it nice, do it loud. 1, 2, 3, go. Come on. Should we get Abuela to do it? I don't think she's capable of doing that. Come on, give it to me, give it to me. All right, guys, so remember, if you like this video, what are you gonna do?
Give it a thumbs up, press the subscribe button, and make sure to hit that notification so you get notified when every video comes out.
That's right. That is right. Are we gonna teach Abuela how to do that? Is she gonna be able to do that? She needs some training on that. See you later, guys.